The thing had already chosen him by the time the sun went down. It moved through the trees without disturbing them, its body bending wrong when it needed to, flowing where bone should resist. It paused often, not from hesitation but from patience. The land knew it. The dirt did not crunch beneath its feet. The branches did not scrape its skin. Long ago, the forest had learned what it was and learned better than to interfere. The man on the road never saw it watching. He walked alone, shoulders tight, breath fogging in the cold. Every few steps he glanced behind him, sensing something he could not name. Fear trailed him like a scent, and the creature followed that trail easily. Fear always led straight home. When the Skinwalker stepped onto the road, it did not do so as itself. That shape was too honest, too revealing. Instead, it folded inward, rearranging muscle and memory, pulling from stolen impressions, how people stood, how they smiled, how they pretended to be harmless. By the time it spoke, it sounded familiar. The man turned, relief washing over his face when he saw what he believed was another person. He did not notice the way the moonlight failed to settle correctly on the figure's skin, or how its shadow bent slightly away from its feet. They walked together. The creature listened more than it spoke. It learned the man's rhythms, the way his voice wavered when he mentioned the woods, the way his hands shook when the wind carried sound too far. Every detail was catalogued, stored and tasted. The Skinwalker enjoyed this part. The road narrowed, the trees leaned inward, darkness pooled between trunks like something waiting to be stirred. The creature felt its borrowed shape begin to strain. The longer it wore a form, the more restless it became, like an animal wearing a trap. The man stopped walking. The thing did not. 2 steps passed before it turned around, and in those 2 steps the man finally understood that something was wrong. Recognition crept across his face slowly, painfully, as though his mind were trying to protect him from the truth. Then the voice came from the woods. It sounded exactly like the one standing in front of him. The man's fear spiked so sharply it was almost visible. He backed away, eyes darting, breath breaking apart. The Skinwalker let its expression slip, not fully, just enough. A glimpse of something stretched too tight beneath the skin. When the man ran, the creature did not rush. It followed at a walking pace, knowing the forest would do the rest. Roots caught the man's feet, branches clawed at his arms. Every wrong turn felt right until it wasn't. Everywhere he looked, there were shapes that almost looked human, voices that almost sounded safe. The Skinwalker was all of them. When the man finally fell, the creature approached and knelt beside him. It studied his face with mild curiosity, as if comparing it to something it had already decided to discard. For a moment, the forest held its breath. Then the Skinwalker fed. Later, when the night had settled back into itself, something walked away from the road wearing a new voice. Somewhere far off, a sound drifted through the trees. Someone calling a name in a tone just familiar enough to be trusted. And somewhere else, another person paused, turned, and listened.